Good morning, YouTube. 9:59 a.m. 10/16/2020. One more day, and supposedly JFK Jr. is going to. We'll see. Okay, I've been trying to figure this out, like I said, deep in my gut. Okay, and that's where my truth's at. That's where everybody's truth's at. Um, I was sitting watching somebody yesterday, and I'm not going to go against this lady. She's a good person. Okay, for whatever belief structure that she's got, I can't hold that against her. Okay. But there has been some things that's not been sitting right with me for a very long time, and I've kind of mentioned it before that deep in my gut, I feel like we're being lied to somehow. Okay. A lady I watched yesterday, and um, also, I'm not on here to try to belittle anybody's beliefs, okay, because a belief structure sometimes is like faith. You just got to go on it with your gut and run with it. Okay. First of all, this individual that I listened to yesterday, and I've heard others stating the same thing, so it's just not her. Okay. I know I got my Minnie Pearl hat on, see my tag. For the ones who know who Minnie Pearl is. But anyway, I started having to logically, it made me logically think in a way to where I feel like I may have the words finally, because I discussed this with my better half last night, and some of the things that when I done it, some of the things that come back to her was reasonable doubt and some things, a lot of reasonable doubt. Okay, there is a lot of people on YouTube, okay, and other platforms, because I've been on this trail of truth. Oh my God, probably going on 12 years, one form, fashion, or another of it. Okay, because there's so many facets of the truth, and we start seeing how things are used against us. Okay, it's not funny. For if the algorithm of YouTube wants to be retarded, you may see this, you may not. I'm just letting this be known. Okay, I had to think about it after I watched the video yesterday and try to put something together to talk to my better half last night to see where her perspective would come up to. Okay. And I'm just going to put it out front. Okay. 1 year before Trump got into office, and y'all can go see for yourself, we're living in a Wayback Machine unless Google or one of them's trying to erase something from us. Then they try to hide things or shuffle things around or put it in the search category on page 200 instead of page 1. Okay. We know how that works. We've seen that. They're full of shit. Uh, I'll be talking briefly about a lot of little things, but my main concern is I got to have some help, okay, here to help me believe here, okay. She went into reading a list, okay, of movie stars, rock stars, political people of all different types. We're talking kings, queens, royalty. Well, that's kings and queens, but um, PMs, prime ministers, leaders of other countries, and old movie stars, new movie stars, um, our presidents, presidents' wives, um, people that we've growed up with, saying that, I mean, man, there was a list of probably 150, 200 people. Okay. Now, Trump's only been in office for 4 years. Okay. They'll just round it up 4 years. Okay. And he will get another term, and he damn sure deserves it, because that's this is the first president in my lifetime that I can actually say has been to follow the book on what needs to be done for the United States, not just his pocket. People can see this for whatever they want to see if they'll allow the facts to speak for themselves and have an understanding on who and what's going on. The bigger picture might arise into your head. Okay, part of this picture for me is truth. The other part of it, like it's just hard for me to believe. Okay, um, not saying that this is the sucky part. Not saying that these things are not possible. Okay, clones. Start there. Okay, Obama's a clone. Big Mike is a clone. Bush Jr. Is a clone. Hillary is a clone. Um, Multiple other people in and around Trump and the uh, cabinet and our White House. Okay, now then there's a group that's already. I mean, a lot of these clones supposedly the real person has done been assassinated. Okay, taken off this earth. I'm having a hard time with that. Why would you come in, want to drain the swamp, okay, then turn around and make photocopies, basically, of the same evil bastard or bitch? Why? And they're still marching forward. What we're understanding and seeing the same old agenda that the real person, not the photocopy, but they're doing the same thing as the real person, okay? This is where it's getting kind of stupid up here somehow for me. You're going to come in, you're going to drain the swamp, but then you turn right back around and get rid of the swamp creatures and turn around and put the swamp creature right back in the same seat and the same limelight. Does this make any sense to anybody? Really? Um, I'm sorry that I got to say it this way. Okay, for me to be my brother's keeper, okay, now this is somewhat scriptural, and I'm not going to go off on a stand on a soapbox and trying to preach religion to y'all, because 99% of it's bullshit anyway. Okay, there's a simple belief structure for me that I follow. Is I understand that He sent His only begotten Son to die for our sins, so we would have a chance. Okay, understand these theories. Okay, but I to be my brother's keeper. Okay, brother being kin to, bloodline. Okay, to help your brother and have him or your sister see their ways and turn from their ways and help them, put them on a path of the enlightenment and Jesus Christ and God. Okay, I myself and any of y'all out there, okay, that thinks that for somehow or another, okay, you have a chance with a complete stranger in their retarded beliefs. Okay, this is why they say they've done this. Okay, uh, you or I do not have the ability, okay, to change anyone but ourselves. Okay, what we learn is facts, okay, and truth. We can pass it on. Even the good book says this about this. Okay? You plant the seed only and walk away. If said individual comes back to you, okay, you help cultivate that seed. But if they never do, okay, this means that it's up to them and God only. Okay? None of us as people out here, it ain't that we don't care about our brothers and sisters out here running around acting like complete fools and idiots. Okay? But if you take your time and you allow yourself to be caught up in that whirlwind of stupidity, all of a sudden, where you started at the top, you'll be at the bottom real fast. Because you start seeing and realizing there's a whole lot of stupid ass people out here in this world that can't see past their own nose, care not to see past their own nose. I have a little sister, okay? She claims, and my little brother does the same thing too, and two different worlds. He's gay, she's not, I'm not, okay? So, she claims that the political system means nothing to her. The system means nothing to her. It don't interfere with her life, okay? But she's out here buying lottery tickets, cigarettes, clothes, gas, paying her taxes. She's involved in it, and she thinks she can disconnect herself from it when she's dabbling in it every day, playing in it every day, and she's not connected the dots. Okay, how people can do this, I fathomably don't understand that. Even where I'm at under a disability situation, I understand that I'm still in the system. Okay, there's no getting out of this system. If you have a bank account, you pay bills, okay, you drive a damn car, you buy groceries, we're all still in it. Okay. The clone situation. Now, think about this logically. Rough estimate 75 to 100 people, political people, has been offed or in Gitmo. Clones or lookalikes are been put in their place. Let's look at lookalikes, okay? Now, these individuals was snatched up, made to look like Hillary, okay? Use her for an example. Fine, that's easy enough to do. A mask or surgery, altered face, whatever. How do you mimic, okay, who she is and how she speaks? Okay, Better Half says some kind of electronic voice box. Okay, I said okay. I'm looking for reasonable things here to make her sound like Hillary. Okay, clones. I don't know because I am no scientist, but I know this much about clones. I had to kill me a fly. I know this much about cloning. Okay, there is things and places out here that does clone. Okay, even my understanding, human beings, body parts. Okay, you start digging into it, you start looking at it, and you're like, huh, well, damn, it takes them almost a year to clone an arm. Okay, if it takes almost a year to clone a arm, okay, now we're just talking about a one piece of our body, at least a year. I just grow the hair, the fingernails to get it to the right age to use it as a transplant on said human being, real human being, cloned apart from them, okay, to the limb they're missing, had shot off, blowed off, ripped off, whatever the case may be. Takes a year. Now, Trump's only been in office 4 years. And said if there's anywhere from 75 to 100 people, okay, and it takes a year to clone a damn arm, how is it that these people are clones? They clone these people to the right age, grown ass man, grown ass woman, okay, and downloaded these people's subconscious, the real ones, into the clone, okay? If a clone is to be a facsimile of the real thing, okay, but not the real thing, how is it that they can do this? Is this cloning process way more advanced than I'm seeing? Okay, they're walking, talking, farting, making jokes, running around doing the same evil, statistic bullshit. Okay, my understanding. Even down to that, if I was cloned, I'd have to be doing this. Now, a little hard for me to believe it takes a year for an arm. What did they do? Snatch all these people up at one time? And my understanding, we're talking back 2-3 years ago, these people was being replaced. Supposedly, the day that it made it on TV where Hillary was stumbling getting into the van, she was having withdrawals from not getting her adrenochrome. There's a big word for it for people who drink human blood and their body goes to a withdrawal. It also poisons their system. Okay. Supposedly that day she was falling around and they had to throw her ass up in the van. Then they took her down to her daughter's house somewhere downtown where it was at. There was a lookalike inside. Come back out 15, 20 minutes later. Said, "Oh, I'm okay." And she started playing with some little kid. Okay. Supposedly, they snatch her ass up, take her to Greenland. Okay, this is the story I've heard. Revived her at her daughter's house with some adrenochrome. Got her ass to Greenland. Got her somewhat back awake and functionally able to have an understanding that she was being held responsible for human rights laws that was against her, and they hung her. Here's what I'm trying to functionally say. Why would you give us a red pill to wake us the fuck up? Okay? Then turn around. Let us follow this individual known as Q. Okay? And all this information coming out. And think that, now remember, it's supposed to be we're watching a movie. Why would you red pill us then turn around and hand us back the fucking blue pill? Put us back to sleep. And replace the so-called evil ass people, okay? Kill them all, clone them, body doubles, whatever, okay? Because there's a part of the population that would break down, curl up, and kiss their own ass crack crying because one of their movie stars or one of their rock stars or one of their people mentally they fell in love with or whatever the case may be. If you're that freaking retarded, okay, to have a love affair with somebody or love or like that much, okay, you don't live in the real fucking world anyway. So the real world come down on top of your fucking head. It might do it justice to wake these fucking idiots up. Okay, I've done seen it for myself. We as human beings are easily addictive to a lot of different things. Okay. My largest addiction is these stupid things. Okay. And I like food. And at one time, I'd done a lot of off and on heavy drugs. Eat a lot of LSD in the 80s. Loved it. Still yet, somebody come up today and drop 2 or 3 hits in my mouth, I'd be happy. Okay. But the only drug that ever come close, illegal supposedly drug, come close to ever hooking me was meth. Okay. I felt it, seen it, went home and flushed it, busted up my little pipes and everything. Oh, and yeah, by the way, I'm not nobody here to sit and tell you that I walk on water. No, that ain't me. But I have lived long enough, 50 some years old, to have an understanding of things, like most of y'all out there. Okay. The picture of Hunter Biden asleep with that glass dick in his mouth, that was a meth pipe. It was not a cocaine pipe. I've done lived in them worlds. I done seen what's used and what's not used because I've used them myself. Okay. To Mr. Hunter Biden, or if somebody is selling you methamphetamine, okay, um, and it's putting you to sleep, you're getting screwed. Because I would spend sometimes 3, 4, 5 days awake off little hits, okay? And he's asleep in a picture. And another thing that threw me off, I blowed the picture up and looked at it real close because I know what a dirty pipe looks like versus one that's been really smoked out of, okay? They must have just got that picture of him right after he smoked a big old bowl of meth because the round part of the bowl was clean, but the stem had the residue in it, okay? I'm calling that as a false flag straight up. Somebody's bullshitting again, okay? There's some other people pointed it out and has lived in them situations in their lives and walked away from them. And people went apeshit on them. Okay? I don't care if you want to run your mouth to me about it. I've done lived that life. I got away from that life. Didn't like that life. Like I said before, the cocaine, the heroin, the methamphetamine. I grew up in a pretty much a redneck slash gangster type family. Okay? Crooks, criminals, good people most of the time, but they was always looking at an angle to take what you had. That was their forte. I watched one of my dead uncles take a $10,000 payment, a down payment here in West Virginia, and a place back southern West Virginia. The two old boys from Jersey, okay, they was looking for them a place to where they could grow some marijuana. This is some years back. It was perfect for them. Okay, they handed him a $10,000 down payment for the house and the land, the house they was sitting in, and the land that went with it. Okay, that's what they thought they was buying. My uncle was so good at conning motherfuckers. He he's foreseen some things. Whatever he done, he handed them back their check and told them no, he wasn't interested, and run them off. Okay. Other than, I think they was undercover cops, because I was there watching this shit go down too. And one of them was packing, and the way he was carrying his pistol reminded you of a cop. And I believe, I mean, I pulled my uncle to the side and pointed it out. And that wasn't but about 30 minutes later, he denied him and handed him back her check. He felt like it was a setup too, somehow. He also got a guy in North Carolina, gave him a $30,000 down payment to build him a house. Okay. Uncle was, I mean, he was a hell of a craftsman, bricklayer, carpenter. I don't care what you throwed at that man, he could build it. Okay. Took a down payment. The guy took him to court, and the guy signed the contract. And the judge asked my uncle, "Well, when was you planning on starting this house for this guy and building this house for this guy?" And he told the judge he went and took pictures of a pile of bricks and had it developed. Handed a picture of a pile of bricks to the judge. Judge said, "What's that?" He said, "I'm already building it." And the guy stood up and he had his lawyer with him. "Well, when the hell did you start?" He said, 2 or 3 days after you signed your contract. And the guy was buffaloed and didn't understand what the hell was going on. And he told my uncle, told the judge, said, "Look, Your Honor," he said, "the man did not give me no date on finish." He said, "You got the contract, read it." The man didn't sign for a finish date. So the judge looked at my uncle and knew that my uncle was using him and the court system to prove his case, and he did. He told the guy, said, "Look, buddy," he said, "I hate to tell you this." He said, "That man could bring back," he said, "he could put a brick on your property where this house is supposed to be built every day till God come back." And he said, "There ain't nothing you can do about it." He said, "Because you did not have an ending date on the contract for completion." So my uncle walked away with almost 30 grand in his pocket. And there wasn't nothing the other guy could do about it, outside of maybe looking up my uncle and putting a hole in his head, which my uncle understood that is a possibility too. And that's why when you come to his house, within reaching distance of anywhere he moved in his home, there was some kind of gun. Big, small, didn't make a damn to him. If he had to put a bullet in your ass, that's what he done. Okay. Back to the clone situation. It ain't that cloning ain't possible. Okay. But what I'm reading and understanding, it is impossible to create a full blown man or woman. And we're talking weeks or months, and they're trying to say that it takes a full year to grow a arm only. Now, this is from a cloning lab in Canada, okay, that said they have been cloning body parts, okay, for almost 30 years, okay. Research technology, okay. I can't say that there ain't somebody out here, because Project Paperclip brought them Nazi scientists over here to the United States, and our government put them to work right under our fucking nose, give them businesses and all kinds of shit. Okay. Not saying they didn't have the technology to do it then. Okay. But we're talking about a grown ass man or woman. I can't say these people ain't clones. But logically, a lot of things ain't making no sense here. Okay. And I've noticed this too, and I mean, some people's probably looked at it and was like, what the hell's going on there? All right. Hillary, debate stage, Trump. She had a fly flying around her. Landowner. Okay. Obama, he had some kind of speech, and there was a fly recorded that landed on his face. Okay. Pence with Hills Up Harris, he had a fly land on his head. Okay. Does the fly know that these things are sacks of shit and that's why they land on them? They're pointing it out. The Lord's saying, okay, these things are fakes. Okay, I don't know. But here in my gut's telling me that somehow or another we're still being lied to. And like I said, I can't foresee somebody like Trump, okay, that's here to drain the swamp, to get rid of the crooks, to get rid of all of these people, give us back the United States under a republic. It ain't been a republic in over 100 years. And yes, there was 2 constitutions. For anybody that wants to go dig, you can go see for yourself. Okay? And this is the only way the truth's going to settle in your gut anyway. You got to see it for yourself and understand it for truth to make sense. Okay. I can't see this cloning shit and they have the ability to make masks to make them look like other people. Okay. These electronic voice boxes or whatever, maybe. But man has always had a glitch in his systems. Always. Because he's man. If man thinks he's perfect, other than some magic trick, show me somebody who can walk on water. I want to physically stand right beside them and walk out in the water with them as they walk on the water. That's my proof. That's my evidence. And what they're handing us, why would they want to go forth and destroy everything that's been here, that's bad, unfair, and everything else, to turn right back around and give us another fantasy? Why? Why is the people think this is what's going on? I've been wrong before. Okay. 2021 after Trump gets back in office. Okay. All the truth's supposed to come out. So on this date, 10/16/2020, if this video don't get yanked down, I'm declaring the day of truth. For if I am wrong, I'm the first to admit it. I don't think I'm wrong. I think we're being handed a line of bullshit. Now, who's more feeble-minded or soft-minded? Okay, no offense to nobody. Okay, we're supposed to be allowing something fake, phony, false, okay, fantasy to be taking place, and we're to believe it because our other brothers and sisters out here are so ignorant, okay, and soft-minded or stupid that they won't be able to handle the truth. God didn't create us this way. We have a hard time sometimes. Some people go above and beyond when a loved one dies, okay? But see, they've never accepted death in the first place. That's the only thing we have common on this earth now, okay? Taxes, I believe, is going to be gone, okay? Used to be death and taxes. But death is the only thing that we can't beat, okay? Supposedly we got a med bed coming. Don't know. It's supposed to allow us, supposed to fix about 90% of our ailments, no matter what it is, and allow us 30 more years. Okay. So here we go again. If these things to be so, why would we need another fantasy to follow along with? Okay, if you go hunting for a deer and you're any kind of good shot at all, okay, and you shoot that deer, okay, there's not another clone that's gonna pop up out of the ground and take off, and you go harvest the real thing, okay. That's just like people that want to believe that gay is something you're born with. No, it's a choice, okay. And if you don't have an understanding of what I mean by that is, go out here and find me a gay dog, a gay cat, a gay bird, or any gay animal. You can't. Man, woman, male, female. That's how it is. These truths to be self-evident. Okay? Long and short of that is, this I can touch. It's a lighter. Plastic. Got fuel in it. You strike it, it lights. I got a hand. I can see it. Do all kinds of things with it. Feel it. They're trying to tell us or convince me. I can't. I'm not here really to try to debunk any of this, because I already know that cloning is possible, is real. Okay, but they're trying to tell me they can clone an individual, grown ass man or woman, and have them back in their seats of power, doing the same old shit that they was doing before. Okay, within days. Really, expect me to believe that, or uh, a lookalike, or a movie mask? I could see the lookalike things because that's been going on for a very, very long time, even in our history of our presidents. If you go back and you read some of their journals and some other things that's in the Library of Congress and where they store these things, there you can hear it and see it in history. Okay, and the body doubles was put in situations to where uh, there was threats against their lives. They knew this too and paid well for it. But 99% of the time, they wasn't allowed to speak, talk to nobody. Their face, their body was to be seen, never heard. Okay? So how in the hell does a clone work? I just can't see it. Can't see Trump going what Trump's going through. Give him his whole fucking life to start another fantasy? Really? That ain't making no sense. Not to me. Um, a good con is something that's played so good and so to the T that it looks real. Okay, that's why cons work. Okay, but you got to know your mark. You got to know their ins and outs. You got to know who they are, what they are, how they act, where they go. There's a lot of information that's got to be done. Okay, now how do you take somebody like Obama, Barry, clone his ass, and put all the significant stuff of years of living, Big Mike too, okay, all these people, supposedly clones, and download what they know from their old individual body into the brain of the clone? Have they gotten that advanced, really? If that's the case, do we know at any time that we're looking at something or somebody of significant value or power that they're not fakes? Think about that. They're only using it for the good? Really? Having a hard time with it. Sorry. And if anybody can send me some information that proves the clones, okay, or this advanced. Okay, I'm not saying they don't exist, but I want to see the advancement, okay, of how they can clone an individual, say just 60 days. When an arm takes a year, this is all I'm trying to point out. And I do know our government and our military is already years ahead of us before they release anything to us as technology. Okay, it's like I tried to explain this to other people when a lot of people are hell bent on Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a fraud. Okay, his education and his forte of knowing things. Okay, it's a whole laboratory or building plumb full of smart ass people. Okay, all he is a director. Okay, a face. That's all that monkey headed looking bastard is. Any technology that he ever come up with was stolen. Y'all can say what you want. Okay. They're saying Gates is a clone. His wife's a clone. Pence, his wife, all these people, prominent people. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? Is this how they're going to convince us not to go forth and rip these fucking people's heads off their fucking shoulders for the shit they've done to us in this world? Is this how they're going to convince us? Think about that, people. We're going to go to a circus with no clowns. This is what they're going to do to convince us. Oh, you ain't going to worry about him. Oh, we done killed him 10, 15 years ago. That's a clone. Okay. Where did this fucking clone get its memory? Where did this clone get its appetite for food? Where did this clone get its ability to dress itself? Where did this clone uh, like or dislike its wife? Okay? If they implanted the same bullshit from the dead person into the clone, okay, it may be a clone, but this said individual is still, it's like Gates, running around that vaccine. The fucker ain't even a scientist. He ain't even a doctor. He couldn't even get a virus off his own fucking computer. He had his tech people coming in and having to go through his shit daily because the hackers was hacking his ass so fast and so bad that he couldn't keep up with it. But he's going to give us a shot. Really? Forgive my coughing. Uh, I got me a half a Valium here. Later, I will be firing it up and smoking it. That's my Valium. But anyway, people's trying to tell me people's in Gitmo. People's trying to tell me that a lot of these things that we're seeing are clones. They're not human. I just don't see the theory, okay? Because a group of people can't wake up. Hell, maybe they're clones. Maybe they was put in this world intentionally to keep their ass from going to jail, to keep their ass from getting killed. So our true self, our humane self, our truth with evidence, okay, gets squashed. This fantasy world that's been created has a whole lot of flaws in it. And my gut keeps telling me we're being lied to about some things. I can see and piece together parts of it as truth. Other pieces and parts of it don't fit. It don't go together. Like I said, you're voted into office. You go forth and you're doing what you're doing through the world to make peace everywhere, to bring jobs back here, businesses, corporations, talk of putting us back under a gold standard, giving us back our republic, but you're going to allow a bunch of fakery to be made up for just a small group of fucking stupids because you're afraid that it might cause violence? Hey, ain't y'all done seen the Antifa, the BLM, the KKK, the fucking Black Panthers? All this shit's violent. We've been violent ever since the first day God made us, outside of, well, maybe not Adam and Eve, okay? But once the curse got laid down on us, that's a curse and a blessing at the same time, okay? We've had that ability. We got good and bad in every damn one of us. The yin and yang, okay? You can take the most peacefulest person on this earth, okay? This said individual, male or female. All of a sudden, stranger or cousin, uncle, aunt, I've seen it myself, makes a move to hurt one of their children. They would let somebody mangle her fucking face, but one of them, somebody come in and touch one of their kids, okay? This motherfucking peaceful bastard turned into a Geronimo in 5 seconds. He's trying to rip your nuts off, poke your eyes out, pull your tongue out of your head, bust you in the nose, take an axe to your ass, okay? We have it in every damn one of us, good and bad. Okay. To say this, to say what I gotta say about the good and the bad. Why do we need a fucking fantasy? Okay? I am not my brother's keeper, but my brother being blood of mine, yes, help. Okay? Starts at home first. But I'm supposed to believe that our government is scared of a bunch of panty waist little punk motherfuckers running around causing violence? You know how fast that could be squashed? They've done proven it already in Portland. Trump did. 4 hours. So here you go. You're being handed a plate of steak till you take your first bite of it and you find out it's bologna. Or any of us out here, period. Okay? Hell, even our President Washington, okay? He was part of a militia. Go do your research. Find out for yourself. Okay? I'm finding this to be retarded on our own behalves. I'm not going to run around and believe that they went through this much headache. You know, it can't be cheap to create another individual. Okay? Not just a walking, talking individual, but this individual knows everything the other one did. So that's the same damn person, isn't it? If they mimic a clone to be an exact copy, okay, how's it helping? And they're running around still saying this is happening, that's happening. Nothing's changed. Okay. Them taking out all these pedophiles. And I know some of y'all out there probably took me the wrong way the last time, and I wasn't trying to, and I'm not backtracking either. I wasn't trying to belittle anybody, but our Justice Department's a lie. It's been proven every damn day. Okay? 200 or 300,000 sealed indictments. That's what's standing right now. Okay? But every pedophile in the world has almost been taken down. That's just like over half of us out here don't know of anybody that ever had COVID. You see how easily you are manipulated? We all are. Okay? I'm not believing that they're taking all these pedophiles out. Sorry. They might claim it. But has anybody took the time to do the homework to go see? Anybody? No, because we're doing the same fucking thing we've been doing for the last 100 motherfucking years. Because of some son of a bitch with $1,000 smile, $10,000 suit, and $100,000 rag hanging on his wall, or he wears a white coat, the authority, we are to believe the authority. Sorry, no. If we are to wake up fully and have an understanding, the first things that we need to be doing is asking why, how, where, who, not sitting back and expecting all of this to be fixed. God wins. But remember, in the winning story, hell is all over this earth before that happens. Okay? I've yet to have anybody really prove to me that we're going to go through a rapture. Okay? But I've done pre, mid, after. They come up with all these extraordinary ass theories and can point things out in the Bible, but the word itself, rapture, is no damn where there. Them using religion against us. The four hidden dynasties. I know. I just. The only way all this gets done is we all get back on the same page. Back 100, 200 years ago, when there's colonies and small towns popping up and cities popping up, this, that, and the other. As soon as cities was created, corruption went rampant. You don't believe me? Watch the gangs in New York. This was based on a true story, my understanding. How far we fell into believing something because it feels good and fuzzy. Life and truth's not good and fuzzy all the time. It's got its goods, it's got its bads, just like we are. We have our goods, we got our bads. We got good days, we got bad days. We can do anything in the world for anybody humanely. Be as good as a person we can possibly be until an individual steps on our damn toes. There's a breaking point in every damn one of us. And we're supposed to be running around worrying about a small part of the population because they can't handle life. Is that your fault? Is that my fault? No. It's their damn fault. Their choices. Their stupidity. Not yours, not mine. So we need to get the fuck over this and move on. Okay? For me, you want to wake up the population? For if the clone is there, Hillary, file the fucking charges. Okay? Hang her ass on fucking TV for the whole world to see. You talking about turning some fucking lights on upstairs. There ain't nothing in this world that's 100% good. There ain't 100% bad. There's always this balance. There's a reason for that. What? Deers run through the woods. They have predators. We're part of that predator crowd. because God gave us teeth to eat meat. Then there's bears. Then there's other smaller animals that take out the other smaller animals. Even this here, nature shows you how stupid this is. So how do we even start to even function truth when you're not willing to accept it? Death is truth. Justice is doing something to someone, individual or mass individuals. Okay? Supposedly there's hundreds of thousands of pedophiles have been arrested. There's supposed to be millions of children that's been rescued. Because somebody told us this. This you can touch. This you can feel. This you can see. This you can use. Somebody didn't tell me. I got it in my damn hand. See it for myself. Feel it. How does, a man like Trump give up everything to turn around and start a whole nother fantasy world? Really? A lot of things still ain't being talked about. Okay? Uh, Randall L. Bean, Tennessee. Okay? Heather Ann Tucci, Tennessee. Okay? Randall pulled out $600,000 out of his name, his social security number. Okay? He didn't put it there. But he went to prison. So did Heather. They busted her in D.C. because she was supposed to have been having a meeting with the Treasury Department and Trump. This was in the court records. That's if you can get to them now. Okay, I got this thing called a memory. I didn't forget. They was thrown in fucking prison for using their own birth name and their own damn social security number. Do we really want to keep playing this fucking bullshit fantasy? Truth. Yes, there's a black, there's a white. This little gray area that they keep shoveling shit in top of our heads to make us believe something. This is getting old. Like I said, the clone thing, no. The devil worshipping, child molesting, child eating, drinking of blood. Think how horrifying that sounds. But they went through and took out thousands of pedophiles. Okay? And I've yet to hear anybody follow up on any of this. Oh, wait, it got done. Look, it's in the newspaper. Yeah, sure is. Look what happened in Washington Post. They tried to proof and evidence on Facebook. Do you see how fast it was yanked down? Just like I said, gut wise, that's my truth. And I believe that's everybody's truth if they understand it. Okay. But when we quit questioning what's going on in this world, we're part of the problem. Okay. We're no longer, we want to believe there's a Superman or a superhero. Okay. But I'm not seeing it. A lot of people can claim, well, this is happening. Look at this story. Look at that story. I could take a blank piece of paper and write a story. And if I do it correctly, I'd get enough people to believe it. But I'm just having a hard time, people. I'm asking for help, okay, to show, prove, and have what I'm saying. If you're proving me wrong, it's not going to hurt my feeling. I only got one. It's not going to hurt it. If anything, it will give me satisfaction, okay, that you are right and I am wrong. At least, okay, that's a finish. It's a finale. It's the box lid on a box, an off and on button. It gives me something to chew on and have an understanding. Yes, it's real. Peace. Just don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Have an understanding that I feel like you out there and me are being lied to. And like I said, Trump, to go through what Trump did, a billionaire, give up everything he did, then turn around and create a whole nother fucking fantasy to hand us, you might want to ask yourself, why?